So now you've come up with the idea. Next step is to test it. And this is, again, another massively important step. Now, a lot of people get really scared about this. They think they have to invest and learn how to code and learn a backtester and buy data and these things eventually, ideally, but I don't think you have to do it right off the bat, right? Easiest way to do some sort of backtesting, although time consuming, is just manual backtesting. If you have no experience in coding, you have no way of knowing how to code up a backtest at all, you could do it manually. And what I mean by that is, say you're planning on trading this opening range break system on, NVIDIA, Apple, Tesla, all of these names that are in play, and then eventually you'll kind of bring in new names as they come in play and bring them out. Well, load up those names, go back on the charts a decent amount of time, a couple months, and just start to note, this is the high, this is the low, this would be my entry, this would be my stop loss. Huck all that into an Excel spreadsheet and just day after day go through them. This will take a fair amount of time, but it could be done on the weekend, it could be done after hours, it could be done a lot of times, right? Very, very simple to do. You'll get a lot of data that way, and you'll start to get some feel of how the market would feel like to trade. It's how much is it right? How much does it make when it's right versus loses when it's wrong, that type of thing. Next one is just to paper trade it. A little bit more time consuming, will take a little bit longer to get the data, but will give you that absolute feel of what it's going to be like in order to trade it. So that means you come in every day, you very honestly, you open up a paper trader, you buy a small evaluation account, and you just trade that one setup, and you don't do anything else with that account. You buy when you're supposed to buy, you sell when you're supposed to sell. It's fake money. There should be no emotions involved with it. And that will give you the understanding of what it is to feel with, and then or what it is to trade with. And you do that for a month, right? And then you go from there. The other way is just a programmable way. So for example, I have an example here from TradingView, and it's simply, I took the opening range break that we talked about. I explained it to an AI. I had it build me an indicator that I can then bring up on any symbol and take a test. And I can go through these trades and I can see if they're trades that make sense to me. And if there's trades that I could physically get filled on. To be honest, some combination of all three is probably best, but depending on where you are technologically, you could do any number of these, but you have to be able to test it because you need that confidence of the next step, which we're going to talk about, steps to actually trade a system. That is how to do it in a systematic way. But again, first you need to come up with the idea. Then you need to make sure the idea is good. There's so many things talked about, ICT and all of these that don't actually work in the long run. You can test them. They don't. If you are trading some of these methods and they're working for you, it's because of that layer of discretion that you're putting onto it. We are trying to remove that layer of discretion, which means that anything that you do should be able to be tested in any one of these ways in a very a programmatic type of way where you can either manually, again, do it with paper or do it in a backtester. You should be able to come up with a result within a number of weeks to a month and say, yes, this is a strategy that I want to add to my repertoire, or no, it's not. And then from there, you simply are, again, just going through the steps to do it. And the beauty of it is all of these steps are repeatable. So as soon as you have this system, this process nailed for one setup, you should be able to repeat it for 2, 3, 4. I know some systematic traders that trade over 40 systems at once. So get started with the first one and get started testing.